NBA last night.
What happened in the NBA last night?
Basketball.
Lakers are trash. Sorry.
Who'd they lose to?
Not trash.
TJ Warren and the Pacers.
Oh.
TJ Warren is balling the fuck out. Holy
Yeah.
shit,
How many did he have last night?
100. I don't know. He was just draining shots.
Was it another 40?
I think it was like 36. And he drained one past LeBron to ice the game. Just dirty.
They were saying that before the bubble started, he went and bought the upgrades for his player.
Oh, my God.
I never played 2K, but that shit was funny.
37 minutes, 39 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. He went 15 for 22. Fuck. That is balling.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear the quote from LeBron saying that, like, something's happening with the team off the court?
That sounds like bullshit because
yeah, it does.
I know that LeBron was sitting because of groin injury, and then that wasn't
and then
true.
JaVale McGee was benched, or he didn't play, and then AD was like sat out in the fourth quarter of one game.
They're resting is what they're doing.
Exactly. What's happening is the Lakers don't care until the
they locked up. They're the 1 seed, right?
Yeah,
they don't. They literally don't care. It's all a waste of time.
But I will say that they did look like they were trying against, at least LeBron was trying, and that's basically all you need to field the team. And TJ Warren beat him.
Well, see, that's the thing is, like, in the flow of the game, there's always going to be those moments where you care again, right? But what I think people also got to realize is that this is the end of the season, which is that even if there were the full slate of games, usually around this time, the teams that don't care start kind of meandering around. If you're not chasing some sort of record, if you're not in some MVP race or what have you, you kind of you take your foot off the gas a bit. And I think that you got some of these teams who just the way that the bubble and everything is set and the way that this lead up to these games kind of takes that element, I think, away from people's minds, where it is some of these guys are just coasting because the games are about to start counting.
Except for some reason, Luka Doncic, who just wants to put up triple doubles with 19 assists, whatever.
Luka's just young. He's young.
That's insane.
He's hungry.
You also got to remember that a lot of these teams are fighting for seeding, number one, and then number two, they're also fighting to get into that either 8 or 9 spot so that they can have the playing game.
And Boban's
just like which is what you just have as far as which is what you usually see at the end of any regular season for the NBA. You got certain teams that are jockeying for position. You got certain teams that that are on that bubble and need to get in, and then you have the 1 or 2 seeds that are like, man, fuck it, we're coasting now.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're going to be 4th or 5th. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to hurt my
the thing is, like, a lot of the team, like those bottom feeder teams that just like say, fuck it, we're about to go on vacation. They were already on vacation.
They're in a bubble. They're stuck away from their families.
Nah, the teams that were just out of it, they didn't come.
Right.
They weren't there. Yeah.
Also in NBA news, the Nets got KD a $1 million bonus by winning. So good for them.
Oh.
Yeah, KD wasn't even there.
Yeah.
He sat at home and racked up $1 million because his boys went out.
On Twitter like a madman the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, he's got nothing else to do.
Somebody else on Twitter. Dame Lillard.
Yeah, what is with this beef? I don't understand it.
All right, so it was the Blazers versus the Clippers. Dame Lillard missed 2 free throws to take the lead, right? So they were down by 1. So he missed both of them. And then when he missed the first, Pat Beverly, who wasn't playing, like got up off the bench and was like, like screaming all this shit. And then he missed the second. And then he's like, Dame time, like mocking him. So then after they asked Dame Lillard about it, he's like, I mean, I agree with everything he said. He was like, I put this up to them, like showing me respect because they know what I do. And I sent them boys home. I sent Pat Bev home when he was in Houston, and I sent Paul George home last year. And he's like, that just shows how much it hurt them. And I was like, damn, that's true. And then Paul George gets on Instagram and like posts this whole like, yeah, and you're gonna go home early this year. And then Dame was like, well, keep switching teams. Like afraid of the grind of being there with one squad. You boys is chumps. And I was like, oh my God.
I will say that maybe the happiest place on earth is about to see some hands.
And then Bradley Beal tweets, y'all boys okay?
Because Brad's on the outside grasping like, y'all, either y'all want a teammate? Like, it's just...
He's like, man, I really wish I was down there with you guys right now.
I want to fight.
The witnesses are there. I think he's just hurt.
No, yeah, he's
it, yeah.
But that shit was funny.
Dude.
Brad Beal's been having some great commentary.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting on the sidelines at home, like eating
popcorn. Like, damn, y'all mad.
I'm waiting. Brad Beal's gonna reach a certain. See, Brad in DC has always been the guy sort of above it all. Like even though you want him to say certain things, you can always see it's bubbling below the surface. Like when you piss him off in a game and he goes and he balls out, like you can see Brad. You don't want to piss him off, so he's got that monster. He's got that dog mentality, right?
Yeah.
There's also this apathy that sorts of sets into like,
I've seen it in
I'm in a
person.
team, I'm in a franchise, in a place. I'm never gonna win anything. They don't help me win anything. We don't even have the finances to get any of that to happen. So I'm just gonna kind of chill here.
Yeah,
but
I mean, he's like, I'm gonna get my 30 mil.
But he's gonna reach a certain point where where the not give a fuck factor is gonna sink in, and I can't wait for that. When he starts Gilbert Arenas-ing shit, like I don't give a fuck.
I don't think he's gonna do that with John Wall being on the team too. Like
he might, if John never comes back
with Gilbert.
John Wall is riding around in his Maybach like every day, smoking weed and not rehabbing. I don't like. He's not. John Wall is already.
If you've seen him like recently, like he's been putting in work. Like he's up there ducking on everything like that. He's trying to come back. Yeah.
I'm like you won't hear me talk. I'm not gonna say John Wall is one of the saddest stories in DC sports as far as not being able to be healthy.
Absolute superstar potential, but injuries.
He was our big three. Like if we're looking at like the biggest athletes like in DC, you put him. It was him. It was Bryce at that point. Probably put Scherzer in there now. If it was and Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Like he was our top three guys. Like it was
when he was healthy, him, Otto Porter Jr. and Bradley Beal were a fucking problem.
It's very Derrick Rose-ish, like as far as of DC. Like there's just that element of like what could have been, and you're hoping he comes back and shows some flash, but we know it'll never be what it was.
Yeah, he's like what is he, 31?
Yeah, he's gotta be 30, 31, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so
it's
tough.
Switching off to that. Did you see what Draymond Green said about Devin Booker?
I mean,
yes,
it's going to cost him $100,000. So
you don't care.
Draymond
does not give a fuck.
Draymond was on. Was it The Jump or was it just?
Nah, it was
Inside the
NBA with
Inside the NBA.
With Charles Barkley.
And he was talking to old Chuck, who obviously played for the Suns for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "I'm sorry, Chuck. You got to get my man's out of there so he can fucking
He's like,
win
he just got to get off the Suns.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that he might get fined, but he's probably just being like, that's my friend, and that's a trash organization. Please let him leave so he can win something.
Man, they still went 5-0.
Yeah, I know.
They still went 5-0.
Book is so, dude. Could you imagine? And I've been thinking about this because I think the Mavs to me are like one of the most exciting teams to watch, but they're just missing one piece. Could you imagine if they got Book or Bradley Beal?
If I had to pick, it would be Beal just because of the defensive aspect. Yeah. We need somebody who can shoot and also defend like elitely.
But
that would hurt my heart.
Devin Booker needs to get the fuck off the Suns.
What if it was like a 3-team trade? Like we get Beal, you get Booker.
I'd be cool.
We can't win anything with John Wall's contract. I don't want to hear.
Yeah. Wait, how are we gonna get Devin Booker? We gonna pay him in free rent? Like,
yeah. I mean, shit. You know how expensive it is to live in DC?
Not $20 million a year.
Yeah. So speaking about the Mavs, right? The Mavs played last night against the Bucks.
What a game!
Yeah, like for right now, every time I watch Luka, I get pissed off at him. Every time I don't watch, he has like a 30, 40-point triple-double.
Stop watching Luka.
I was watching the beginning.
20 assists. 19 assists.
Yeah, 19. He had – so I was watching last night. I fell asleep. I woke up. I saw we won, so I went back and finished the game. Like, the only thing that pisses me off about him is
He's
like
20.
how he gets frustrated so easily.
He's 20 years old.
I know, but he's been a pro since he was 13.
He's still 20 years old.
I know.
Hold on. Last
I
week's
know, but
podcast.
look,
Last week's
that's
podcast, you sent a text right after the podcast. What did you tell me?
yeah. I was like, Luke is great. I'm just being crazy about it.
I
You're
wanted to
being
hear
a-
you say
He needs
Kadeem, you were
time.
right.
He's young.
You said
I know.
Kadeem, you were right.
I know. But look, here's what I'm saying.
Now
Here's
it's
what
on
I'm
wax.
saying. Like, I can be objective and say, like, all right, this is where he needs to get better at. No shit, he's great. Like, did you see the left hand, like, between the legs assist, like, for number 19 last night?
And also, he's got the unicorn right next to him. Like, Chris
Yeah.
Stapps has the
Chris Stapps
potential.
goes sling dick, baby.
He has the potential to be an all-time great if he can figure out his feet issue and how tall he is. Like, if he can pick and roll.
Defensively, he's elite.
Yeah, he's a top.
He was
4
the best
defender.
Knicks player they had in a decade.
God, I hate the
And he
Knicks.
can shoot.
That's on wax right now.
I like when I love when Luka gets in the paint and then dishes to somebody who's cutting. Because
Yes,
that's just damn near unstoppable.
I mean,
Because if they peel off, he could just lay it up.
yeah, and if you double him, someone's going to be open, and that's
Yeah.
why
And
he's
we just
elite.
got to hit our shots. I think last night we missed 33s and we still won.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All you need
So
to do
I mean,
is
we had an
pick and
off shooting
roll
night.
Luka and Chris Stapps, and whoever they don't cover, take it to the rack.
Yeah.
Who's
You
Luka
could
Like
going
you got
to as
Seth
far
in the
as
corner
veterans on
one,
that
Tim
team?
Hardaway Jr. in the other.
How many veterans you got like in Dallas? Like who is Luka learning from?
Courtney Lee. Like they love Courtney Lee.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And then we also
Boban.
have Sham God as a coach, by the way.
Yeah, Boban.
I mean, he's a big man. He's not like
No, I'm
Like
saying
the-
like that's why
the
I'm
veteran
looking at like
presence is Courtney Lee though.
well see that's where I look at like when you talk about like that trade like for Bradley Beal or something, it's like somebody that just has some more years on him but can understand his style or his game.
Mhm.
That Luka can kind of mold himself, not necessarily in play, but as far as mentality. Like
Yeah.
I think like a Bradley Beal would be great for him as far as mentality.
I agree,
They got-
1,000%. I
got
went to the game when the Mavs came to play the Wizards, and I was damn near close. So I saw like the interactions, like half
Didn't
the
you
time
lose
Beal
on
was
a buzzer
talking shit.
beater?
Huh?
Didn't you lose on a buzzer beater? Was that
Yeah,
game?
yeah. We don't have to talk about that. It's fine.
I mean, you brought it up.
I remember.
We didn't have to talk about that part.
Oh, sorry.
Don't skip my point.
Well, you
to-
can't
to
bring
throw some
things.
shit.
You can't bring
Okay?
things in and then put caps on it.
Shut up. But half the game, Bill was talking shit to the Mavs bench, and it was hilarious. Like just seeing them go back and forth. I'm like, we need this guy on the team. He needs to come on the team.
I mean,
Just for that.
If Luka could take one thing away from Beal, it would be that if you're losing, yeah, just chill, dude. Like, I lose Bradley Beal. I lose 70% of the games.
Right.
And I'm still great.
Yeah, no,
So
but
you just
no,
be
But
great.
Luka, let me
it's
tell you a
not
little thing
about
about
that.
losing.
It's more so about anytime.
Sit on my lap here.
Anytime, like there's like he thinks a foul should be called, or if he gets hit or something like that, he just doesn't get back on defense. He sits there, holds his face, and all this other shit. And
He
it's
played
like
for
3
Real
points.
Madrid.
Sounds like young Kobe.
Kobe did that.
Yes, a youngin.
Yeah.
I didn't watch young Kobe.
Kobe was an angry little fuck sometimes, man. Like he was just.
All right. Well, since you say that, then
He was
I
emotional.
just gotta let it go then.
It's
Like,
just
I
an
didn't know
emotion.
that.
It's
Yeah,
a
he's
straight up
gonna-
emotional thing.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
in your head,
But
you're
the
a great
emotion
player.
should turn into anger that you
Right.
put on the other side of the court.
He's
LeBron
too
had a
young.
problem with that
Do
for a
that.
minute. LeBron had a problem with that for a
Yeah,
small
he would
bit of
not
time.
get back on defense.
LeBron when LeBron thought and he would start crying and complaining and all his fouls and bullshit, and then so it was like LeBron went through the category of like you saw it bothered him.
Mhm.
And it wasn't like he just fueled it in the like if you tried to fuck over. I mean, different eras. So I didn't see Jordan getting fucked over like that, as far as like not getting a call or something. But I can imagine with Jordan's mentality, like he would have dunked on you. Like that was it's just the way old school players used to rock, right? But it's like now you had LeBron went through this phase where it was like he wouldn't get back on defense that fast. You could tell he was just a little off. He'd regain it. He'd get it back. But then it kind of changed from then you look at that Miami era, which is he thought he should get those calls because of who he is, and he wasn't getting it. I think Luka's just going through a progression. I'll tell you right now.
James Harden did the same. James Harden did the same thing for like 3 seasons.
If at this particular point in the man's career, the biggest fault is his emotion with a game then I'm sorry. If you told me that to do a fantasy draft, but I'm saying if you told me to do a fantasy draft in all of basketball, who's your first pick?
Giannis.
I think there's an argument made for Luka.
Yeah.
I pick Giannis.
A fantasy draft this year?
I'm saying if all the teams.
If I'm starting a franchise.
If you're starting a franchise, if you're starting an expansion franchise and all the players in the league are available, who's your top pick?
It's got to be Luka.
It's not.
You can't say it's got to be Luka because
I'm
Luka's 4 years younger than Giannis.
There's an argument to be
Giannis
made.
is 25. Yeah, of course, because he's 4 years younger. If they were the same age, it would be Giannis.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But you could still build a team around either one. But I just think Luka's ceiling is so much higher at this point. Like if he's doing this now, he's a superstar now. He's gonna be. Can you imagine when LeBron retires? Like it's just Luka's gonna be top titties for sure.
What?
Top titties.
If the next decade of basketball is Luka and Zion and stuff, we're sitting pretty.
Yeah.
And John Morant, don't forget him.
He's on a trash team. I feel so bad. They have some good pieces, man. Injury plagued team.
Yeah, I mean Jaren Jackson just got injured.
Janet Jackson.
JJ. I said Justin at first, and then I was like Jaren. Jaren Jackson Jr. JJJ. Yeah. So he's out, but
he had like a meniscus tear or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe they'll give J. Cole a tryout like the Pistons.
No.
We're not even gonna mention it. We're not gonna talk about it.
He's in Dreamville right now. That's where he's at.
If we can offload John Wall's contract, I will take J. Cole.
Dude, he could spit some hot bars.
Hey, you'll have the greatest arena music ever.
I go to every game.
Oh yeah, I mean,
fair enough.
2 years from now, yes.
All right, so
I just got a text. You see my phone's like blown up. I just got a text from my buddy, and he's like, "Did you guys?" He knows we record today, so he's like, "Did you guys talk about the Mavs Buck game last night?" He's like, "You need to talk about the Mavs Buck game last night."
And we did. Right. There you are.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wait, we didn't. I don't think last week we mentioned Isaac tearing his ACL, did we? Isaac from the Magic.
The guy.
I don't think we got into that though.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was the guy that stood for the national anthem, and then
we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. No,
we didn't talk about.
We talked about the Miami Heat guy, Miles Leonard.
Yes.
We didn't talk about the Magic dude. I forgot his first name, but Isaac.
It's just a freak accident. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So he didn't.
I saw the tweets.
Yeah, that part I was like, damn, that's tough.
That's harsh.
Because ACLs hurt. Tearing those hurt.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So rounding out.
Still no meniscus in his left knee and didn't get any of it repaired in the ACL, LCL, and MCL.
You?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't have health insurance for a very long time.
All right, that's nuts.
Yeah, if you follow me in a grocery store, I'm pushing shopping cart, my left leg will just give out. They will just go. I'm just like, okay, I'm going now.
You joking, right?
I'm not playing at all. I have nothing in my left knee.
You should.
Hold on. So you can get the shit fixed now, right?
Yeah, you can go get that fixed.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm on Medicare now.
Yeah, go get the shit fixed now.
I know, I get it. I should.
Or get arrested and get it done in jail. Those are your 2 options.
Don't want to do that part.
Dude, the amount of stories I've heard of people who get arrested for a non-violent crime just because they need health care, ridiculous.
That's crazy. I
The
never
thing
thought
is, it's actually a perfect time for me to do it because the only reason I didn't do it was I couldn't afford to take that much time off of work.
Okay, go do it. So, rounding out, who do you guys like as of right now on August 9th? Who do you guys think are going to make the finals?
Clippers, Bucks, Clippers win.
Yeah,
Okay.
Clippers are a problem. I would say, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the Clippers win this year. I don't see
Mavs,
they
Heat.
lose. Little Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn.
Yep.
I mean,
I
look,
don't see that at all, but okay.
There is no chance.
The Heat play the Bucks tough.
I'm talking about your Mavs pick.
Oh, nah, I understand that. But I mean, we're going to play the Clippers in the first round.
And then Luka will be on
Marilyn
vacation.
back in Texas.
Yeah, Luka will be home in 2 weeks.
We'll see.
He'll be back.
Dan.
He'll be back
Look,
in Sweden where there's no COVID.
I just don't like the Clippers. I love Lou Williams, but I just don't like the Clippers.
Like you don't
Why?
like them personally, or you don't like how their team's playing because.
No, I just don't like them personally.
Okay,
Why?
They are a very good team.
They are. Why?
And then I can stop listening to Marcellus Wiley whine about the Clippers all the fucking time. So that'd be nice. That fucking dude pissed me off.